I'm Garrick DeMeyer from Royal Constrictor Designs. I wanted to share with you a few clutches that I'm cutting open today. We're right in the middle of our 2015 hatching season, early July, and I just wanted to show a couple of ones that I think might have some pretty cool results. This first one is a Pastel Enchi Champagne to normal. Maybe not the most spectacular thing, although Pastel Enchi Champagnes are really nice. So thought I'd warm us up with this one for now, and then I've got some really cool stuff coming up here in a few minutes. Oh, we hit on something white here. Unfortunately, if they don't face the right direction, you can't really tell what it is, but this is probably a Pastel Enchi Champagne, which is obviously the goal of this clutch, is to produce as many of those as possible. Very careful when cutting across so that I don't accidentally cut into a snake in there. Done this a few times, so I'm not too worried about it. That actually may also be a Pastel Enchi Champagne. See a little bit of color in there. That might be just a regular Pastel Champagne too. I don't like to open them up too much right away and disturb them and possibly get them to freak out and leave the egg before their yolk is absorbed. So we'll just have to find out for sure in a few days from now. They'll be out by the end of the week. This is either a Pastel or a Pastel Enchi, I think. Or actually, it might even be just a really cool regular Enchi, too. Okay. It's a pretty big clutch, too. I had a lot of really big clutches this year. That's a Pastel Enchi. You can just tell by the clean pattern, bright colors. All the blushing in the dark pattern. And she's just an awesome morph. You can combine it into almost anything and get a lot better results than if it wasn't in there. There's a yolk sac. Obviously it wasn't quite ready to come out. That's probably an Enchi in there. Different clutches develop at different rates, kind of depending on where they are in my incubator. My incubators is so big that they're, the bottom of the incubator may be a degree off from the top of the incubator. So depending on where they are, this one's a normal. Depending on where they are in the incubator, they may hatch a couple days before a clutch that's in a different location in the incubator. I just kind of go by feel. Once the eggs start pulling apart on their own and I can feel the babies in there, then I know it's time to cut. I think this one's an Enchi Champagne. The Enchi brings out a lot of pattern in the Champagnes. That's why they're nice to have in there, because you can get a more interesting looking snake with a lot of pattern. My cutting hand's going to be tired by the time I'm done with this video. There'll be so many eggs in these clutches. Not that I'm complaining. It's another, I don't know, either Pastel or maybe an Enchi. Oh, there's a Pastel Enchi Champagne for sure. The bright yellow pattern in there is a real giveaway with a little bit of black in there. Okay. And let's see what this last egg in this clutch holds for us. Another one. This one may actually just be a Pastel Champagne. I don't see pattern, not a whole lot anyway, so I'm thinking this is just a regular Pastel Champagne. Pastel Champagnes and Pastel Enchi Champagnes, for that matter, start off looking kind of white and then they gradually turn to yellow as they get older. Okay, so that's clutch number one here. Second one we're going to do is a black pastel het pied to het pied clutch. Another big clutch, so that we're looking for black pastel pieds coming out of this. Or regular pieds, you'd be happy with that too. Got a black pastel 66% possible het pied in here. This one looks like it started pipping on its own. It made a little incision right there. So I might as well finish cutting along there for him. Another black pastel possible het pied. The black pastels that come out of these clutches from black pastel het pied to het pied are always really nice looking. A lot busier pattern than most of them, which is weird because the actual black pastel pieds don't have much pattern at all. Now they've got the alternating white and dark, but the dark doesn't have much pattern in them. And this is a pied, I know that. Probably won't be able to tell if it's a black pastel right now because it's not going to be able to see enough of it. I noticed that most black pastel pieds tend to be fairly high white, so the fact that this is as high white as it is kind of makes me think that it will be a black pastel pied. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to mess with them too much more. I'm just happy to see a white snake in there at all, even if it's just a regular pied. Another black pastel possible het pied. Oh no, oh, actually that one's just a normal possible het. Another normal possible het. Black pastel possible het. Another black pastel possible het. We couldn't hit on more pieds with that. I'd like to produce a few black pastel pieds in this clutch. No. So I should have had another black pastel possible het. So statistically, should have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should have had 2 pieds in this clutch. We only got 1. That's just how the luck has it. You know, you win some, you lose some. You know, you could have a clutch like this with 5 or 6 pieds in it. You can even get a clutch with no pieds in it. But statistically, we should have had 2 out of 8 eggs because it's a 1 in 4 chance. And then it'd be a 1 in 8 chance to hit on a black pastel pied, which I think we may have done that. Seems like there's black pastel on almost everything in that clutch. Okay, let's do this one. It's my smallest clutch of the year so far. It's from a little clown female that I bred a Pastel Banana Clown to. At least I'm pretty sure that's who fathered this. I did have a couple other clown combo males in there. And she only laid 3 eggs, which I'm okay with because there are going to be 3 nice babies in here. Pastel Banana Clown. That's okay with me. This one I think is just a pastel clown. Just a pastel clown. A few years ago I wouldn't have said it like that. Pastel clowns are awesome. And I still love to produce them. Another pastel clown. So we got pastel in all of them. That's good. This one looks like it's going to be really nice looking too. So 2 pastel clowns and a pastel banana clown. The Pastel Banana Clown will almost certainly end up being a male, and the two regular Pastel Clowns will almost certainly end up being females, with the whole male maker, female maker thing that coral glues and bananas have. So yeah, that clutch turned out okay. Okay, the last one here, another big clutch, Pastel Superstripe bred to a Pastel Yellow Belly. So the best combinations that we can get in here would be like a Super Pastel Ivory or a Super Pastel Superstripe. I did produce a couple Super Pastel Superstripes last year. The reason why I have these things in here to separate those eggs, these eggs were rolled away from the pile of all the others. All these were initially stuck together. These two were separate. You don't want to roll ball python eggs a couple days after they've been laid. The embryos get in a fixed position, so you can't rotate them. So I just put this in here to keep them away from each other, and then just to keep them in place so they don't roll around too much. We don't need that anymore. Start with this one right here. First egg, Super Pastel Superstripe. Pretty sure. I haven't produced these since last year. This is my first clutch of these this year, and I can't remember exactly how the regular Pastel Superstripes turn out looking compared to the Supers, but judging on how white that snake looks, I'd say that's got to be a Super. So we're off to a good start with this one. And that'll either be a Pastel Yellow Belly or a Pastel Spectre. Can't really see the pattern along the belly, but I'd say it's probably a Pastel Spectre. That's a Super Pastel Spectre or Yellow Belly. Tell by all the blushing in there. The nice thing about breeding a Pastel Superstripe to anything is that all the babies are either going to have Yellow Belly or Spectre in them. And Yellow Bellies are fairly easy to identify, so then you know everything that's not a Yellow Belly is going to be a Spectre. Another Super Pastel. So either Super Pastel Spectre or Super Pastel Yellow Belly. Another Pastel Spectre, probably. I'd like to see some more Superstripe or Ivory stuff in here. Oh, here we go. Ivory. Pastel Ivory, most likely. Maybe Super Pastel. I don't think I've got any shot to know what that is in the egg before it comes out. Got to see what the head pattern looks like. Another Pastel Spectre or Pastel Yellow Belly. Regular Superstripe. Those are really nice looking snakes too, even though it's just a Spectre Yellow Belly cross, but the pattern is so nice on these. I actually have a couple males of these on my website right now as of July 2015. A couple of males left over from last year yet that I can't believe that haven't been bought yet. It is such a nice looking morph. They hold colors really good. The pattern is really incredible in them. They're neat snakes. Okay, last one. Let's see what we got here. Looks to me like a Super Pastel Yellow Belly, if I had to guess right now. Hard to say though. So that clutch turned out pretty decent. Got one Super Pastel Superstripe, one regular Superstripe, and then one Ivory pastel or super pastel ivory. So that's it for today. I will show another egg cutting clutch fairly soon, I'm sure. Got a lot of cool things in here yet to come out. A lot of bamboos and a lot of new banana stuff, clowns, pieballs, all kinds of stuff. I'm actually all the way over into my third incubator now, having a really good year, and all the clutches seem to be coming almost one on top of each other. So I'll have a lot more videos to show here with this, and a lot of videos of babies. You can see all the stuff I have available on my website, royalconstrictordesigns.com. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page, royalconstrictordesigns.com. I post a lot of stuff on there. It's really easy for me to take a quick picture or something that I see in the shop here, just post it to Facebook right away. So if you're not on the Facebook page, you're missing a lot of stuff that I'm producing. But I will definitely try to keep the videos rolling too. So until next time, enjoy your ball pythons, and I will get more videos up as soon as I can. Thanks.